welcome to week 6, day 2. So today we're going to be adding on the postures of Garbhopadasana as well as Baddha Konasana. And if you are just taking a greater look at the practice and what we've done thus far, the first half of primary is very symmetrical in nature. So we are practicing right side vinyasa, left side vinyasa. And when we enter into the second half, after Navasana, you'll notice that we are really working the postures as one, like so the whole body working as one. And it actually creates a different rhythm in the practice and something that you'll notice. In the second half, we just have one posture that we do right side and left side. Another thing you'll notice is we're doing more rolling on the back, which helps to create this nuance and stability in the core. So Garbhopadasana is going to be one of those postures where we are rocking and rolling over the spine, which really good for the spinal column, but also it helps to massage the kidneys. And then we enter into the pose of Baddha Konasana, which is a very simple pose, but also a very challenging pose where we're deeply externally rotating both hips at the same time. So just to be aware of that, that's what we'll be covering today. So without further ado, let's go ahead and begin standing in Samastitihi. Samastitihi. Yekam, inhale, stretch the arms overhead. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, hara. Chatwari, step back or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. One breath. Two. Three. Four. Five. Sapta, step, jump, or walk forward. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Samastitihi. Ekam, inhale. Stretch the arms, palms together. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, hara. Chatwari, step back or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Breathing 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Sapta, step or jump forward. Inhale. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. Nawa, inhale, arms up. Samastitihi. Yekam, inhale, stretch the arms, look toward thumbs. Dwe, exhale, fold. Look toward the nose. Trainee, inhale, heart forward, head up, look toward nose. Chatwari, jump back or step back. Chaturanga Dandasana, gaze at the nose. Pancha, inhale, upward facing, look toward the nose. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Breathing 1, gaze toward the navel. 2, 3, if it's too much to look toward the navel, look between the feet. 4, and 5. Sapta, jump. Inhale. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. Nawa, inhale, stand, arms up, look toward thumbs. Samasthitihi. Yekam, inhale, arms up. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, jump back. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Spreading the fingers wide, grounding through the hands and feet. 1 breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sapta, jump. Inhale. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. Nawa, inhale, stand, arms up. Samasthitihi. Last one. Yekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Trini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, jump back. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. One, breathing with sound. 2, 3, drawing the lower belly in. 4, 5. Sapta, jump. Inhale. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. Nawa, inhale, arms up. Samasthitihi. Surya Namaskar B. Yekam, inhale, bend the knees, lift the arms. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, jump back. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Sapta, inhale, Right foot forward, arms up. Ashtanga, exhale, chaturanga. Nawa, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, inhale, left foot forward, arms up, palms together. Dwadasha, exhale. Trayodasha, inhale, upward facing. Chaturasha, exhale, downward facing. One, two, three, four, five. Panchadasha, jump. Inhale. Sodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, bend the knees, arms up. Samastitihi. Yekam, inhale, knees bend, arms lift. Dwe, exhale, fold. Traini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, jump back. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Sapta, inhale, right foot forward, arms up. Ashta, exhale, step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Nawa, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, inhale, left foot forward, arms up. Dwadasha, exhale. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturasha, exhale. Breathing one. Two. Three. Four. And five. Panchadasha, jump. Inhale. Sodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, knees bend, arms up. Samastitihi. Last one, Yekam, inhale. Dwe, exhale. Traini, inhale, heart forward, head up. Chatwari, jump back. Pancha, inhale. Shat, exhale. Sapta, inhale, right foot forward, arms up. Ashtanga, exhale. Nawa, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, inhale, left foot forward, arms up. Dwadasha, exhale. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturasha, exhale. Breathing 1. Two. 3. 4. 5. Panchadasha jump. Inhale. Sodasha, exhale, fold. Saptadasha, bend the knees, arms up, look toward thumbs. Samasthiti. Padangustasana, jump the feet hip width. Yekam, inhale, drop forward, catch the big toes, head up. Dway, exhale, fold. One breath. 2, gaze toward nose. 3. 4. 5. Trainee, inhale, heart forward, head up. Exhale, hold. Padahastasana, Yekam, inhale, hands under feet, head up. Dway, exhale, fold in. Breathing 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Trainee, inhale, chest forward, head up. Exhale. Stand up. Samasthiti. Uttita Trikonasana, Yekam, inhale, step back, feet parallel, arms out, shoulder height. Dway, exhale, turn the right foot, catch the big toe. One breath, looking up toward the fingertips. 2. 3. 4. 5. Trainee, inhale, use the breath to stand. Chatwari, exhale, left side. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Trainee, inhale, stand, feet parallel. Chatwari, exhale, reverse the feet, square the hips, twisting to the right. 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Trini, inhale, stand. Chatwari, exhale, left side. One breath. 2, 3, gazing toward fingertips. 4, 5. Pancha, inhale, stand. Samastitihi. Uttita Parshva Konasana. Yekam, inhale, step back wide, feet parallel. Dwe, exhale, turn the right foot, track the knee in the direction of the toes, palm to the floor. Breathing 1. 2, gazing toward the fingertips. 3, 4, 5. Trini, inhale, stand. Chatwari, exhale. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pancha, inhale, stand. B, Dwe, exhale. Hook the arm above the knee. Back foot flat to the floor, back leg nice and strong. One breath. 2, gazing toward fingertips. 3, 4, 5. Trini, inhale, stand, feet parallel. Chatwari, exhale. Left side. 1, breathing with sound. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pancha, inhale, stand, feet parallel. Samastitihi. Prasarita Padottanasana. Yekam, inhale, step back, feet parallel, catch the waist. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold in. Breathing 1, top of the head descending toward the floor. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chatwari inhale, straighten the arms, lift the chest. Exhale, hold. Pancha inhale, catch the waist and stand. Exhale. B. Yekam inhale, arms out. Dway exhale, catch the waist. Inhale, take a breath. Trini exhale, fold. 1, draw in through the lower belly. 2, rest the eyes on the nose. 3, 4, 5. Chatwari inhale, ride the breath all the way up. Exhale, hold. C. Yekam inhale, arms out. Dway exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Trini inhale, take a breath. Trini exhale, fold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chatwari inhale, ride the breath all the way up. Exhale. D. Yekam inhale, catch the waist. Dway exhale, fold. Catch the big toes. Inhale, lift the heart, head up, look toward nose. Trini exhale, fold in. 1, moving shoulders away from the ears. 2, 3, 4, 5. Chatwari inhale, heart forward, head up. Exhale, hold. Pancha inhale, catch the waist and stand. Samastitihi. Parshvottanasana. Yekam inhale, step back, hands in reverse prayer. Dway exhale, fold. Center the heart over the front leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trini inhale, stand, bring the feet parallel. Chatwari exhale, turn the left foot out, folding directly forward. 1, breathing with sound. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pancha inhale, stand, take the feet parallel. Samastitihi. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Yekam, inhale, lift the right leg, catch the big toe. Dwe, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trini, inhale, head and chest up. Chatwari, exhale, open the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pancha, inhale, center. Shat, exhale, fold. Sapta, inhale, chest up. And release. Extend the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Samastitihi. Left side. Ashtau, inhale, catch the big toe. Nawa, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Disha, inhale, chest up. Ekadasha, exhale, open the leg, gaze to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dwadasha, inhale, center. Trayodasha, exhale, fold. Chaturasha, inhale, chest up. And release. Breathing 1, point the toe. 2, 3, 4, 5. Samastitihi. Ardha Baddha Padma, Padmottanasana. Yekam, inhale, right leg, half lotus. Dwe, exhale, fold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trini, inhale, head up. Exhale, hold. Chatwari, inhale, stand. Samastitihi, pancha, release the foot. Left, shat, inhale, half lotus. Sapta, exhale, fold. Breathing 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Ashtau, inhale, head up. Exhale, hold. Nawa, inhale, stand. Samastitihi. Full vinyasa to Utkatasana. Yekam, inhale, lift the arms. Look toward thumbs. Dwe, exhale, fold. Trini, inhale, heart forward, head up. Chatwari, jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Pancha, inhale, upward facing. Shat, exhale, downward facing. Sapta, inhale. Jump the feet in between the hands, bend the knees right away, arms up. Looking toward thumbs. 1, Utkatasana. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands to the floor. Nawa, inhale, lift. Dasha, jump back. Ekadasha, inhale. Dwadasha, exhale. Virabhadrasana, Sapta, step right foot. Inhale, arms up. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, straighten the front leg, turn the feet. Bend, left. Breathing 1, gaze up toward thumbs. 2, 3, 4, 5. B, Nawa, inhale. Exhale, open the arms, look toward the front fingertips. 1 breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Dasha, inhale. Exhale, bend right. 1, draw the lower belly in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hands to the floor. Draw the front foot back a little bit. Ekadasha, lift up. Dwadasha, jump back. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturasha, exhale. Jumping forward to seated. Setting up for Dandasana. Engaging the legs, grounding the hands to the outer edges of the hip. Arms straight. Lift the chest, drop the chin. Eyes on the nose. Breathing 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. Paschimottanasana A. Ashtau, inhale. Catch the big toes, lift the chest, head up. Nawa, exhale, folding in. 1, gaze toward the nose or toward the big toes. 2, 3, 4, 5. Dasha, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hold. Second hand position, C. Ashtanga, catch the wrists or take the sides of the feet. Head up. Nawa, exhale, fold. Breathing 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Dasha, inhale, head up. Exhale, hold. And release. Cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Tuck the feet, hands forward. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Purva Tanasana, Sapta, jump through. Exhale, hands back, feet together, toes point. Ashtanga, inhale, lift up. Head back, breathing 1, 2, eyes on the nose. 3, 4, 5. Nawa, exhale, lower. Cross the legs. Alternate legs this time. Dasha, lift up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Sapta, jump through. Right leg, half lotus. Ashtanga, exhale. 1, 2, drishti toward the big toe. 3, 4, 5. Nawa, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hold. And release. Cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Chaturasha, jump through. Half lotus. Panchadasha, exhale. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sodasha, inhale, head up. Exhale, hold. And release. Cross the legs. Saptarasha, lift up. Astarasha, jump back. Ekvarimstatihi, inhale. Rimstatihi, exhale. Tiranga Mukaya Padapashmattanasana. Sapta, jump through. You can jump right into the pose with the right leg back, or bring your leg forward and then fold it back. Catching the foot or the wrist. Ashtau, exhale. Fold. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nawa, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Ikarasha, jump back. Dwarasha, inhale. Trayorasha, exhale. Chaturasha, jump through. Jumping directly into the pose, or taking the legs forward and folding the leg back. Catching your foot or catching the wrist. Pancharasha, exhale, fold in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sodasha, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale. Release, cross the legs. Saptarasha, lift up. Astarasha, jump back. Ekvarimstatihi, inhale. Rimstatihi, exhale. Janushirshasana, A, Sapta, jump through. Knee out, 90 degrees. Catching the foot or the wrist. Ashtau, exhale. Breathing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nawa, inhale, chest up. Exhale. And release. Cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Ikarasha, jump back. Dwarasha, inhale. Trayorasha, exhale. Left side. Chaturasha, jump through. Knee out 90 degrees. Pancharasha. Exhale. One breath. Gazing toward the big toe. 2. 3. 4. 5. Sodasha, inhale, head up. Exhale. Cross the legs. Saptarasha, lift up. Astarasha, jump back. Ekurimstatahi, inhale. Urimstatahi, exhale. Janashashasana, B. Sapta, jump through. Placing Mula Bandha over the heel. Knee out 85 degrees. Catching the wrist or the foot. Ashtau, exhale, folding in. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Nawa, inhale, head up. Exhale. Cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Left side. Chaturasha, jump through. Placing Mula Bandha over the heel. Pancharasha, exhale. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Sodasha, inhale, chest up. Exhale, hold. And release. Cross the legs. Saptarasha, lift up. Astarasha, jump back. Ekurimstatahi, inhale. Urimstatahi, exhale. Janashashasana, C. Sapta, jump through. So, grounding the toes. Placing the knee gently. Taking the foot or the wrist. Ashtau, exhale. Breathing 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now inhale, head up. Exhale. Cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Chaturasha, jump through. Grounding the toes. Pancharasha, exhale, fold. One breath. Two. Three. 4. 5. Sodasha, inhale, lift the head. Exhale, hold, and release. Cross the legs. Saptarasha, lift up. Astadasha, jump back. Ekadarimstatahi, inhale. Urimstatahi, exhale. Marichasana, A, Sapta, jump through. Right knee in. Wrapping the arm around. Chest up. Ashtanga, exhale, fold. 1. 2, drishti toward the big toe. 3. 4. 5. Now inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hold. Release, cross the legs. Dasha, lift up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Left side. Chaturasha, jump through. Knee in. Wrapping the arm. Pancharasha, exhale. Breathing 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Sodasha, inhale, head up. Exhale, hold. Cross the legs. Saptarasha, lift up. Astadasha, jump back. Ekadarimstatahi, inhale. Urimstatahi, exhale. Marichasana, B, Sapta, jump through. Left leg half lotus. Right knee up. Wrapping the arm. Ashtanga, exhale. Head down. 1, gaze at the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inhale, exhale. Dasha, lift up. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Left side. Chaturasha, jump through. Right leg half lotus. Left knee up. Wrapping the arm. Sodasha, exhale. Head down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sodasha, inhale, chest up. Exhale. And release. Cross the legs. Saptadasha, lift up. Astadasha, jump back. Ekadarimstatahi, inhale. Rimstatahi, exhale. Martasana C. Right leg in and twisting, hooking the shoulder to bind. Breathing 1, gazing over the right shoulder. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Cross the legs. Ashtanga, lift up. Now jump back. Dasha, inhale. Ekadasha, exhale. Left side. Dwadasha, jump through. Left knee in. Wrapping the arm to bind. Gaze over the left shoulder. 1, breathing with sound. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release. Cross the legs. Trayodasha, lift up. Chaturasha, jump back. Panchadasha, inhale. Sodasha, exhale. Marichasana D. Sapta, jump through. Left leg half lotus. Right knee up. Twisting to bind. One breath. Parsvadrishti, looking to the right. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release. Cross the legs. Ashta, lift up. Nawa, jump back. Disha, inhale. Ekadasha, exhale. Left side, Dwadasha, jump through. Right leg half lotus. Left knee up. Twisting to wrap the arm and bind. 1, 2, 3, looking to the left. 4, 5. Release. Cross the legs. Trayodasha, lift up. Chaturasha, jump back. Panchadasha, inhale. Sodasha, exhale. Navasana, Sapta, jump through. Lift the legs, extend the arms, looking up toward the big toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the legs. Inhale, lift. And lower. Round 2. 1 breath. 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the legs. Make sure you alternate. Ashtau. Lift. Round 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the legs. Ashtau, lift. Round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alternate legs. Ashtau, lift. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cross the legs, jumping back. Ashtanga lift. Nawa, jump back. Disha, inhale. Ekadasha, exhale. Bhuja Padasana, Sapta, jump the feet around the hands. Work the shoulders under, sit on the upper arms. Cross right foot over left, squeeze legs. Ashtanga, exhale, head down or chin down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now inhale, head up. Exhale, hold. Dasha, move the feet back to Bakasana. Feet together, toes point. Ekadasha, jump back. Dwadasha, inhale. Trayodasha, exhale. Kurmasana, Sapta, jump the feet around the hands. Drop the shoulders, work the hands back, sitting on the upper arms. Extend the legs, lowering down slowly. Arms out, feet forward. Engage the legs, lift the feet off the floor if possible, or a variation. Breathing 1, 2, 3, drifting on the nose. 4, and 5. Exhale. Release the heels to the floor. Supta Kurmasana. Bending the knees, walking the feet towards center, dropping the shoulders under. Gently rotating the shoulders to bind the hands. Nawa. Or Ashtanga, lock the hands. Nawa. Cross the feet. Breathing 1, drishti on the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the hands. Hands under the shoulders. The shawl lift up. Exhale. Ekadasha, move the feet back to Bakasana. Feet together, toes point. Dwadasha, jump back. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturasha, exhale. So we just finished our review up to Supta Kurmasana. Today we'll be adding on both Garbhapadasana and Baddha Konasana. So when we look at the sequence of primary series, once we get to Supta Kurmasana, there's a really big buildup and rise in energy as well as complexity and difficulty. After Supta Kurmasana, the energy tends to drop a little bit. It doesn't mean that the poses after Supta Kurmasana are super easy, but you'll just notice that there's just going to be a little bit of drop of that energy that needs to be expended, which can come a little bit as a relief in the practice, even though we still have to charge our way through many postures still. So let's go ahead and begin. We're going to go down into downward facing position and proceed on into our next poses, our new poses for today. So from downward facing, we're going to jump through to seated, taking any variation that you're working with. So inhale, coming through. And for Garbha Padasana, we are going to place the legs into a lotus position. Whenever we do lotus in the practice, we always take the right leg in first. So essentially also we call this Padmasana, that is the Sanskrit term, and then we take the left leg over. So Padmasana is not always the easiest position to go into, and just keep in mind the prior poses, especially in that first half of primary series, are really preparing us for Padmasana. So it's always good to attempt and see where you are in the practice. One thing that's important is you always want to respect your body and make sure that your knees and your hips are prepared for the position. When you're new to Padmasana, it won't feel the most comfortable. I remember when I was very new to practicing Padmasana, I would always feel like a little bit in my ankle, and sometimes I just couldn't wait to get out of the pose. Over time with practice, it will start to feel more accessible, and you will also feel more comfortable in the position. If Padmasana never comes, yoga in this practice is still good for you. It's still good to go through these sequence of poses because it's very healing for the body and for the mind. So we're going to put our legs into the Padmasana position. The tricky part is to thread the arms through. So when your Padmasana gets a bit deeper, believe it or not, the arms coming through becomes much more easier to manage. But there are a few tricks of the trade. So for instance, sometimes people like to roll up their leggings. Again, if you're practicing in shorts, you don't have to worry about that so much. But having skin on skin makes that access point of sliding the arms through much more easy. If you build up a sweat too, then we have some lubrication to work the arms through. Sometimes also spraying water on the arms and the legs will also help us to be able to get the arms to go through. When we're new to attempting this, it can really feel challenging to get them to go in through the legs and out through the other side. What we're working toward is to get up to the elbow. So it's always good to just see where you are to practice. Sometimes we won't be able to get the arm all the way through to the elbow. But again, it goes back to practice and consistency and just, being able just to work the pose and just do the best we can on a daily basis. So just a few little tips though I'm going to cover. So when I'm in my lotus position, I just want to lean back a little bit, balance on the sit bones. I want the hand to be closed. And when I go through, I'm going to go with the palm face down. And then as I take the hand through the legs, I'm then going to twist the palm upward and try to guide it to the elbow. And it's almost as if I'm acting like my arm is a bit of a screw. So just making that kind of screwing action, it just makes that transition to get my arm all the way through a bit more easier, I guess, not easy, but easier, because if I just stayed down like this, I just wouldn't have that leverage to kind of pull the arm all the way through. So the other thing is you want to go as close to the ankle as possible. If I try to go in up here, it's just going to be tighter. It's just going to be nearly impossible to get my arm through. So I'm going to go closer to the ankle, and I'm going to go in this angle instead of just thinking I'm going straight through. So a little bit of an angle here, the palm down at first, and then as I go through, twisting the palm up to get all the way to that elbow. Then I'm going to stay balanced and try to do the same to the other side. So palm down and then twisting the palm up to get to the elbow. Sometimes we have to kind of wiggle a little bit to get it all the way through. Now, What we're working toward is to actually cover the ears with the hands. So I actually have to round the spine. Sometimes we'll feel like, okay, I can't quite get there. So touch what you can. So maybe at first you'll just kind of have the hands to the forehead. It might take a while for you to feel that you can really cover the ears. What I do sometimes is I actually guide one hand to one ear and then I take the other to the ear as well. So it's just kind of like, it just helps me to get a bit more leverage here, and then taking the other to the ear. So I'm covering the ears, I'm gazing at the nose, and we're supposed to breathe here for 5 rounds of breath. Gazing at the nose, of course, breathing with sound, and holding here. After 5 rounds of breath, we're going to then rock and roll. And when we rock and roll, we want to exhale back, inhale up, and we're going to move clockwise. And we want to try to make it all the way around for 5 breaths or 5 counts, but really it should be 5 breaths. If you need to take extra rocks to make a full revolution, that's okay. Just do the best you can to make your way back to center. This actually entails a bit of core strength to just coordinate yourself rocking and moving. If you land on the side, just kind of feel your way back to the center of the spine and then start to rock again. You only want to rock as much as you can control. So if you rock too big and you can't control the movement, then it's not going to serve you so much, I guess. So it's good just to do a smaller rock and just rock as much as you can control and manage the momentum or movement. So when I rock, I want to move the hands from the ears and actually try my best to touch the forehead the entire time. Of course, at first, if you feel like you need a little bit more movement in the body to create that rocking and you can't make that connection the whole time, that's okay. With practice and getting a little bit stronger in the core, you'll be able to do this at some point. So I'm just going to demonstrate this. I'm going to exhale back, inhale up, and move to the side as I do so. Concentrated on the breath, making my way to center. When I make my way to center, I'm going to come into Kukutasana. So that's going to be me leaning my body weight over the arms, lifting my bottom off the floor, and holding there for 5 breaths. So sometimes we have to kind of rock back to get that momentum, and then I'm going to lift my chin, really lean over my arms, lift my knees, and hold here for 5 breaths. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And exhale, lowering down. Now, just to kind of demonstrate if you're not in lotus. So for instance, if you're not in your lotus position, you can still do the rocking. So it's going to look something more like this. So I mentioned earlier that when we're in that forward facing position, holding for 5 breaths, you can just grab the ankles like so. But when you rock and roll, you want to do your best to keep the knees in the chest, because if you start to open the knees and go something like this, you won't feel that it'll be such a coordinated movement. So I'll just go ahead and demonstrate how that works. I'm going to hold onto my ankles. I'm going to roll back and come up, trying to keep the knees into the chest as much as possible, coordinating the breath and the rocking. When I come to center, I'm just going to do that lifted up position like we've done many times, like preparing for jump backs and other positions like in Navasana. So knees into the chest. I'm just going to lift and hold. If you need to cheat a little bit, a healthy cheating, toes down, but keep your knees in the chest and the chin lifted, the drishti on the nose to hold for 5 breaths. Okay, so you do feel a little ridiculous at first rocking like that, but again, it's there to help strengthen your core and over time to establish a deeper Padmasana. So the deeper the Padmasana is, the easier it is to bring your arms through. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to vinyasa, and then we're going to move on to the next pose, Baddha Konasana. Now, if you're in a lotus position, you can jump back out of the Padmasana position. And I'm going to go through one stage that you can work with here. If you're in a cross-legged position, you can do a normal jump back in any variation that we've gone through already. So the first phase to this, if you're going to jump back in lotus, is just to lift up onto your knees. And then I'm going to bring my hands forward. Bring the hands shoulder width apart. But however, when I bend my elbows, I'm going to narrow my elbows so the elbows can come into my rib cage. And I'm going to lay my rib cage over the elbows, lean my chest forward, chin up, so my legs can lift up, and then I'll straighten the legs and shoot them out. So narrow elbows. I'm going to lean those elbows into my rib cage, or I'm going to rest my rib cage into the elbows, chin up, lifting the knees, and then shooting the legs out. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing position. And then we're going to inhale, jump through, back to seated. Next pose, Baddha Konasana. So this is a pose that many of us can access, but we'll enter into the pose in varying degrees. So we're going to start with bringing the bottoms of the feet together. And I also want to bring my pubic bone as close to the heels as possible. And how you can do that is lift the hips and just move yourself forward. Now, Baddha Konasana may not look like this when you're first attempting the pose. It's very common that the feet might be out further, and it might also be that the knees will be up rather high. Just make the shape of the pose as best you can. Don't be discouraged if the knees are up here. This is a stage that many work with. Over time, the knees will slowly start to descend naturally toward the floor. Remember, it has nothing to do with your knees. It has to do with your hips and also the inner thigh and the groin muscles. So as they release and elongate, then the knees will naturally drop down toward the floor. So we have Bakasana A as well as B. And when we're in the position, we're trying to also open up our feet like a book. So I want the bottoms of the feet to just essentially open up toward the ceiling like so. So I'm going to do that by manipulating them with my hands. So thumbs are going to go inside. I'm going to spread my toes open and just create that opening, just like you would open a book. Okay? Then for the position, we're going to also fold forward. I'm going to inhale, take a breath, and just elongate my spine, elongate my torso, and then exhale, folding forward. So with the folding forward, many of us will work at different degrees. So some might feel like this is the edge, and especially if the knees are up, you might only be able to fold forward a little bit. Don't bounce down into the pose. It's not necessary. Just breathe and settle in. So with a nice long torso, the chest extended, my chin kind of moving forward, I'm going to just feel that I'm going out as well as down when I go into the pose. The elbows will rest onto the inner thighs, and I'm going to actually press them down using my arms. This also will help to create the more full expression of the pose. So you can inhale, create elongation through the torso, exhale, slowly release. Inhale, create elongation in the torso, exhale, slowly release. Let's hold here for 5 breaths. The drishti's on the nose. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, the shoulders moving back away from the ears. 5, inhale, coming up. And then for B, we're going to actually round the back, and we're going to bring the head toward the feet. So from here, I'm just going to round my spine and then bring the head down.
in the direction of my toes. I'm breathing here for 5 rounds of breath. Just try to move your shoulders away from the ears. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Inhale, coming up. Exhale, hold. And then release. We'll cross the legs, setting up for our vinyasa. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, jumping through. Exhale, lying down flat. Urdhva Dhanurasana. 3 rounds for 5 breaths. So we'll go ahead and prepare, placing the hands, placing the feet, lifting the hips, coming to the top of the head, plugging in the shoulders, chest forward. Inhale, lifting up. 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, top of the head. Walk the hands in, take 1 breath. Inhale, lift up. 1, feet parallel. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower. Top of the head, walk the hands in. Inhale, lift up. 1, steady breathing. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, lower down, chin to the chest. Extend the legs. Chakrasana, rolling back, or come forward and jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, jump through, Paschimottanasana. Taking the wrists or the sides of the feet. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold in. Breathing 1. We'll be here for 10 rounds of breath. 2, 3, relaxing into the pose. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, hold, and release.
Crossing the legs for vinyasa. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Shalamba Sarvangasana. Inhale, jump through. Exhale, lie down flat. Inhale, lift the legs and the hips for shoulder stand. Supporting the back with the hands. 1, 2, legs active, toes pointed. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halasana. Exhale, lower the legs, interlace the fingers, extend the arms, roll the shoulders under. 1 breath. Tops the feet down, toes pointed. 2, 'Heels together. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, bend the knees. Karnapadasana. Cover the ears, heels together, feet together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, lift the legs, Urdhva Padmasana, folding into lotus or cross-legged, supporting the hands with the knees, so the knees dropping into the hands, or you can also, for a challenge, grab the kneecaps and pull the hands upward. 1, 2, stacking hips over shoulders. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale, lower the legs, Pindasana. So wrapping the arms or binding the hands or binding the wrist. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, gazing at the nose, 8. Matsyasana. Extend the arms, unravel down the spine. Drop the knees to the floor, elbows down to lift the chest, head back. Reaching for the feet, arms straight. 1 breath. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Uttanappadasana. Extend the legs and the arms. Arms straight, legs straight, hands together, feet together, toes point. 1 breath. So there's a few options you can do if it feels too much to hold the body like so, with both arms and legs extended. So you can always bend the knees slightly and tap the toes on the floor till you feel that you can lift the legs into a full straight leg position, or you can always just have the legs all the way down. Again, we always want to continue to challenge ourselves, so you don't want to default always to what's easy. So legs down or legs bent for a little more challenge, or the full pose with the legs extended. And on to the finishing postures, coming into a cross-legged position. So again, either crossing at the ankles, half lotus, or full lotus. I will go ahead and demonstrate full lotus. Remember that you never have to feel that you can force yourself into this pose. Cross-legged is absolutely okay. For Baddha Padmasana, if you're in lotus, the option could be also to reach for the feet, or you can continue to bind the elbows. When the legs are in lotus, it'll be right leg in first, left leg on top, and then I'll bring the left arm around to catch the feet and the right arm on top. Inhaling, and then exhale for Yoga Mudra. Again, when I'm bound, bringing the forehead or the chin toward the floor. Breathing here for 10 rounds of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Then we're going to come into this extended position, lifting the chest, stretching through the arms, head back, breathing for 10 rounds of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, coming up. Extending the arms, coming into Jnana Mudra. Thumb and index finger together. Dropping the chin. Lifting through the pelvic floor and through the lower belly. Gazing at the nose, breathing 10 rounds of breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, lengthening and deepening the breath. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, lift the chin. And now for Utplutihi, we'll be lifting off the ground, hands down. Inhale, lifting up. If you're unable to do lotus, cross the legs, knees into the chest, thighs touching the torso. 1, lift your chin, gaze at the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep lifting. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Slowly lowering down. Good. So from here, we'll go ahead and take rest. Lying down, just allowing the thighs to naturally roll open, the palms of the hands facing upward, the back body sinking into the floor, the eyes close, and releasing all conscious control of the breath. Okay, so wonderful job in the practice today. Just another thing to keep in mind in
terms of what's happening in the body, in the mind when we do the practice. So one thing that's really interesting is that when we go through our sun salutation standing and through the primary series postures, our heart rate will increase as well as decrease in certain moments in the practice. So this is something known as heart rate variability. And believe it or not, when the heart rate increases and goes down and goes up again, that's actually quite healthy for the heart. So if you ever track it, which I have a few times, it is very interesting to really feel that journey through like just the heart rate and how it responds to some of the postures. So in some postures, the heart rate will increase. And in some ways, we also increase our breathing, but it's just always good to just keep that consciousness of breath so we don't lose that connection to our breathing. So when we go into the finishing sequence, the breath count is longer because we're again bringing that energy down to a very calm state. And what happens is that when we really activate and energize the body to its fullest capacity, we can then fully let go and completely relax. So something that's very common in modern culture is people are wired but tired. So they don't know how to settle down. They feel tired, but they're awake and they can't sleep. So sometimes that is due to not getting the activation through the body, not energizing the body enough just through the physical aspect, because sometimes we're just overworking the thinking mind. So in the Ashtanga practice, we're draining the activity that's not very useful in the mind and getting down and energizing the body. So just something to keep in mind. There's just a lot of, of multifaceted benefits to the practice. So with that being said, I will see you tomorrow.